Hey, amazing people. Am I live? Oh, I got to get used to this. This is so amazing, right? So, this is like literally like my first time going live. I'm in the Delta Sky Miles here at the airport and I have work and time. I'll get it right. I'll get it right. You have to be patient with me because I go hard on Instagram. This thing is kind of crooked. Hey, how's it going, Arlene? So, I I want to know why it's crooked. I don't think I like that. Let's see. Would this make a difference? I hope I don't screw up my video. And I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it nice and raw. What does that do? Orientation is locked. Okay. So we have to stay here. So it doesn't matter. The video is crooked. Why is it crooked? That's what I don't get. I look crooked. I don't know how I like this. But here's what I want to say. Um, I'm so excited. I don't know if you can see that, so the camera is there. So, I'm Akila, so get used to this face, Mrs. Cashflows. And today I just want to go over a tutorial on how you can obtain 90K of business funding in 90 days. It's really a real thing. I've done it over and over and over again. Where do we start? That's always the first question. We start with our personal credit profile, right? But there's other factors and other things that come into play. There's major steps that you need to take in order to attack it and obtain your goal within a 90-day period. Here's the things you need to start with. You check your personal credit. I'm going to go high level and then I'm going to break each and every last one of them down, right? So you want to start with your personal credit profile. So you pull your personal credit. You want to check to see if you have any business credit reports. So you go to navboost.com, right? You also want to make sure that you're credible as a business. So those are the three major things that you're doing, but you're doing it simultaneously. You're doing it all at the same time, right? What are you checking for in your personal credit profile? You want to see what's happening there. The score itself doesn't matter. You can have a 700 credit score with one credit card on there. Doesn't mean you have a powerful or strong personal credit profile that's going to land you business funding. People are always also confused EIN only or PGing the business credit in order to obtain it, right? EIN only, you got to go through some steps, getting that 30s, all that other stuff. I also recommend you do that just to make yourself look even more powerful, even if you're going to PG it, my opinion, right? So if you go EIN only and try to dismiss your personal credit profile, I just want to get this information out of the way. You're in for a long road. Okay, think about it. In order to stand alone as a business and get a huge amount of business funding, typically that's people who's in the corporate area where they're bringing in grossing $2.5 million dollars or more in their business. And if that isn't you, I highly recommend you consider PGing your credit. Otherwise, you will get some credit, but it'll be loans. And the type of credit that I like to get people when they first start out are 0% interest credit cards and low interest business lines of credit. That's where you want to start if you're a newbie entrepreneur. You don't want to be someone that goes out and builds out on your EIN only, and then now all you qualify for are merchant cash advances like Cabbage, Stripe, Fundbox. So a lot of the times when you're scrolling and you see people saying, "Hey, you can get approved for 50K," EIN only. Typically, that is for merchant cash advances. And I don't want that for you because I am someone that lost it all. And the only thing that I had available to me were merchant cash advances, which really threw me into bankruptcy. So understand what you're getting into, fully understand it. They make it sound really easy, but with a merchant cash advance, you're literally putting your future sales revenue as collateral. They're taking that right out of your account every day or every week. And it's typically 20, 30% interest rate. Typically what happens is they dump the monies in your account very quickly, but you got to have some form of cash flow. Like my old business, I had a short-term rental business, so on books via PayPal and through Airbnb, you can see streams of revenue, and books would show the daily income I was getting. So I was perfect for a merchant cash advance, as well as someone who has a Amazon store, anything where you're bringing in revenue and they can see it. They attach themselves to your checking account, and you agree to either have the funds removed daily or weekly. And let me tell you the danger in that. If you are already behind, why would you put your future profits up to be taken at a larger percentage? So now you're making 80% of what will come in. Plus, you owe this chunk of money that you took from them. So as soon as they dump it in your account, guys, you always find yourself needing them, needing them, needing them, needing them, needing them. Why? Because it's not there to benefit you. Think about it. How could you give me a chunk of money and it's due the next day? Like you cannot benefit in a situation like that, guys. Truly understand, all these companies, they conceal themselves as funding friendly and getting quick cash when you need it, and all those are merchant cash advances. Okay, and I highly recommend you don't fall victim to that, and doing it the way that I like to do it, right? But you also don't need to be a follower. Do your own due diligence. I'm just here, by any means, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just here to share my experiences with you, and always just check out your options. You could go EIN only, but when you need a real bag, you're probably more than likely going, if you're someone that doesn't have more than two, if you don't have a lot of money, cash flow flowing through your business, and you want to go EIN only and still just neglect your personal credit profile, you are more than likely going to go the EIN only route. And when your business does need money, the only thing that's going to be available to you are merchant cash advances. Why? Because banks will give you money for three reasons: your credit, your cash flow, or collateral. So if you don't have anything like a home or a piece of equipment that is attached with a serial number to use as collateral, then you'll need to have the cash flow. And if you don't have the cash flow, they're going to have to use your credit to, you know, give you monies. It's one or two, three. It's three reasons. You choose one, right? I choose credit. It's the easiest way to get you what you need in a safe manner with cheap money that's literally going to give you a funding blueprint that's going to advance your business and not hinder it. MCAs are literally putting people out of business every day, and I was one of them. All right. And I highly recommend you educate yourself and take action on things. And don't just go from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, like literally purchase someone's blueprint. And I'm not selling you anything at all. Actually, I have free products. I just want to make sure that you understand how you can get from where you are now into a safe funding environment. All right. So I needed to get that out of the way. Now, here's how you can get 90K in 90 days. You pull your personal credit profile, you see what's on there. Make sure you don't owe anybody anything. You haven't applied for any new credit within the most recent 6 months. Inquiries stay on your credit report for 24 months. You want to make sure that you have a lower, less than three on each credit bureau, or at least the credit bureau you're looking to pull credit for. Um, you don't have any late payments. I mean, zero late payments. All right. Especially within the most recent 2 years. Any negative items, you need to find a way to get them removed. Any charge offs, collections, bankruptcies, all of these things will prevent you from getting business credit and funding. Another thing you need to be highly mindful of, because most entrepreneurs, when you're using and sponsoring your personal name and personal credit to run your business, you typically and usually have high utilization. I used to. All right. That needs to be below 30%. But if you're really going for funding and you want to strengthen your overall credit profile, I will tell you to keep your credit card utilization between 5 and 7%. Huge. Anything 30% or higher will harm your credit report, or anything at 30 or a little lower won't hurt it. But I mean, it really won't help it. What's really going to boost the number up and make you look credible and powerful as someone that's credit worthy is if you keep that credit utilization between 5 and 7%. And that's not combined credit cards, that's each credit card. Okay, had to make that be known. Once you do that, you go over to the area where it takes for you to build out your business credit profile, right? You need to generate business credit reports. Really, once you get your personal, let me say this, once you get your personal credit in order and you have at least a 680 credit score and you fall into the parameters that I just laid out, you can just go straight to the bank, right? You could just go for 0% interest credit cards right there. You go to Truist, US Bank, Chase. It's so many out there. Like it just goes on and on and on. Just read my timeline, right? You don't really need the net 30s to get business funding. However, I like to have my clients do it. Why? Because there may be situations where you can run a play that having business credit fully built out with an 80 payback score, which can help you in your process, especially if you're someone with credit challenges. Make sure you build your business credit profile out fully. Here are several trade lines I would recommend so that you generate a DMB, Experian business, and Equifax business. Those are the major three that are used in any situation. And those are the best to build, for your business credit profile. And make sure you have at least 3 accounts each one. All right. So I like Uline, Granger, Divvy Business, Capital on Tap, BP gas card, Shell gas card, Nav Boost, CEO Creative, and Shirtsy. Those are the ones that I like. I like to have you want to have at least 5 to 8 on Duns and Brad, and they report on multiple reports. That's why I like those accounts I just named. And it gives you a strengthen your business credit profile out to the point where you can generate a business credit report and a rating within 60 to 90 days. All right. Once you have all of that in order, another thing you need to be aware of in getting business funding and credit in 90 days, you would like to have made a relationship with a bank. Some of the banks that I like are Truist, US Bank. It really depends on what state you are in. Some of this stuff is just general information, and everyone's funding blueprint is different. Like I have a mentorship program, and everyone in there has a different roadmap that I provided them in order to achieve their business funding goals. But if you're someone that is right in the beginning phases, definitely start here because this is your foundation. Everyone starts here. All right. Make sure your personal credit profile is in order, builds out your business credit profile. Now, that third piece is going to be making yourself credible as a business. People don't understand this, but it literally starts with your name, right? How are you named out? Did you name yourself out of the game? Meaning, are you in a risky industry? Someone in my free Facebook group that I have, they posted yesterday because I just flew in. So if you're looking at my background, no, I'm not in corporate America. This actually is like a nightmare. I haven't been sitting in this setting. When you go to different sky clubs, they look different. When I came back here, I was happy to see it because it's sort of soundproof and I'm able to go live. But I was saying to myself, like, this reminded me is when I was stuck in a cubicle day in and day out. Woo! I don't miss this at all, okay? But you want to make sure that you're named properly. You don't want to be logistics, credit repair, real estate, anything in any of those industries, and you do not want that information in your name, right? It's simply put, you want to use a acronym of some sort, some initials, or your last name plus Ventures Enterprises Holdings Management, LLC, incorporated for a corporation. Just as simple as that. Keep it simple. Do not be fancy. My first business was my name was in there, and it was just crazy. All right. You want to remain professional at all times. Okay. Once you name yourself, you want to make sure you get a professional email address. No GoDaddy, I mean, no Gmail, Hotmail, or anything like that. You can go to GoDaddy to get a professional email address or Google Suite. Okay. You also want to make sure you have a professional address. If you don't have a physical location, yes, get a virtual address, but try to steer away from the national virtual addresses. Um, it's really up to you. You may not get flagged, but one of my clients did, and that's all it took for me. So I'm just putting you on notice, right? They were asking her for a lease and asking her if it were a virtual address, and that was with Regis, right? So be careful giving game away. Yes, yes. I'm always trying to give you game, right? Because I come from worst case scenario. I come from where you come from. Probably worse. Okay. At least some of you got a W-2. I was flat broke. Okay. And I literally had the evictor coming to evict me to serve me the papers, right? So trust me, this is not a game. All right. Your livelihood is in, yes, yes, Chi Town. What's up? Yeah. So definitely be of the understanding that business credit and funding is for you. And just because you do not know, say, I'm around about yesterday, need this. I woke up and redirection. Nice, nice. So I need each and every last one of you to type the word free game, and I will have my assistant drop a link, or I actually know. So I'm new to YouTube, so going live and everything. So we actually have the link there, I'm pretty sure. So I will coach you free for 30 days, and you'll have a course that will walk you through being credible, which will kick off your funding journey. This is my $500 course. I actually charge people $3,000 for this. Yeah, and you're getting it for free because I feel like the more good karmic seed I put in the world and the more people I help get what they want, I can have everything I want. That's the idea. So it's a little tad bit selfish, right? But at the same time, it's just such a joy. And the most fulfilling thing I've ever done was to help someone reach their funding goals because I was lost. But just to continue the credibility, you want to make sure you're named properly. You then want to make sure you have the correct address. You try to avoid Regis, Opus, some of those if you can. I'm not saying it's a huge deal. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just giving you the advice that one of my clients were flagged and she was asked to produce a lease, right? And that's not the situation you want to be in. So what I now do, since that situation, I'll Google rent an office space with whatever state that my clients, information is business is registered, right? Typically a whole list will pop up on Google, and there'll be a ton of companies that actually do offer office spaces for rent. 99.999% of the time, they also offer virtual addresses because why not? They're already set up and structured for that. It's just an additional stream of income for them. That's when you'll see how much they're charging for their virtual offices. And then you also, here's the key, you ask for a unique suite number. Why? That way you can register your name, your business, just unique to that suite number. And you're the only one and you're just unique. You're separating yourself from the entire building. I hope that makes sense. You want to make sure you register yourself with the IRS. You want to make sure you actually register your business with the Secretary of State, right? You want to categorize as something that isn't risky, okay? And then you want to have a professional website. Now, when you go to get your website, everything on there has to be in line with how you name the business, right? Typically, something that's safe is like consulting or management. NA, NAISC code 561, no, it's 541611. All right. And you want to make sure that whatever you named and categorized your business as in the beginning, that your website is in alignment with that. Meaning you cannot say you're, management and consultant, but you're a credit repair company. Deny, What I'm telling you is all the things that they're searching and looking for. And you want to make sure all business records match. The same information you have registered for your business at the Secretary of State, the same information you're going to have registered with Google Business. Make sure you register with Google Business, with the IRS, with everywhere. Any accounts you open, any net 30 accounts, everything must be exact. I really, really hope this information was really, really helpful. Okay. So, watch the entire video, like, comment, and subscribe if this is some information you can use. Because the more and more you feed me, the more and more I will feed you. Because I'm here to serve you. All right. So, share out my channel. I am looking to grow in the YouTube space. I actually like YouTube a lot better than Instagram so far. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, get the free course. It is 30 days free coaching with me. Join my free community, right? The links are in the bio here. And I look forward to serving you, and I look forward to you seeing me as often as possible. Happy Sunday. Be amazing. Be great, guys. Take action. Now, how do we end the live? That's the question. Okay. This is hilarious. There we go.